So I think there was a question in the chat. Sundar was asking about how you manage the peaks and valleys in the utilization of your real
Yeah.
estate assets. And yeah, no, I mean, honestly, not easily. I think it's a challenge. It's a challenge because it's something that we're trying to philosophically figure out internally. And you have different parties having different opinions, right? From the CFO perspective, it's like, well, when they look at real estate, all they see are dollar signs going out the door, given how expensive it is in all the markets that we're operating in. But then from the employee experience perspective, understanding the value of why people are going to the office and how that impacts productivity and retention and things like that. Those are all things that we're still working out. And actually, one of my goals for next year is to start working on a metric that we can use to help tie in employee experience, retention, etc., to utilization, and so that we could kind of, I'm not going to say justify, but sort of semi-justify our real estate costs, because I don't think that utilization alone as a metric is really the right metric that we should be using to evaluate the importance of the real estate. The headcount part of it, I think, is going to be key, but also what we call our in-office cadence, right? So depending on the business leaders, if they are expecting, people to be coming in 3 or 4 or 5 days a week or whatever, then that's what we need to do to help us plan what that ratio, if it's a 1 to 2 or more, to identify our real estate footprint in a given location. So I think it's a combination, right? It's going to be that. But I will also say that, having a platform like Gable is really helpful as we start to plan out these sites that we don't have a huge employee population in, to have the flexibility to basically slowly scale and have a foot in the door, if you will, to a given location by having something like that for employees to gather, but without the huge commitment that you would typically have with a traditional lease. So it's a combination of those type of metrics and data that we get from HR.